I found out about Monday nights from a friend that came to the camp that was over the summer and loved it. And was like, Jaycee, you gotta come. Like, God's great, you gotta come. This will change your life. So I came on that first Monday, and then that Saturday, we had the first youth revival. And then I just haven't stayed away since. My relationship with Jesus, yeah, I believed in him, but I don't feel like I had that relationship. It was I go to church on Sundays, here and there, it's a forced thing, I hate church. And then as soon as I came here, it's whole different perspective. That first Monday, I was we had Scott, who was one of the speakers there and everything, and I was I don't know how to feel about this yet. And then when Scott gave his testimony and everything, I was oh my gosh, having a person just flip their life all the way around and just turn to God, and how he brought up Jesus at the door and everything, all that stuff. I was dang, you can change your life. Your past won't define you. Just start following God. That Monday night will obviously never leave my mind, but it was hearing Scott's testimony, seeing all these people, kids my age, that were just loving God. Definitely opened my eyes, wow, God is in your everyday life. He does every little thing for you. And I just never realized that. I'm no, I was living my way before all this, and then as soon as I came here and seeing people live Jesus's way, I'm dang, I want that type of life. He's definitely helped me overcome addictions and everything that I've had in the past. It's the best. Jesus's love is the best love out of everything. There is nothing that will top his love.
Yeah, when I came here, I'm glad I did, same as Jason. I came here because I was coming out, I feel at my lowest point. It's a backstory. It kind of starts my parents' divorce when I was 6, and then I went back and forth between my mom and my dad. And my dad would drop me off at my mom's house, but he didn't know that my mom was physically and emotionally abusing me. And I was too scared to tell my dad because my mom's my mom, and when she would do that stuff, she was high on drugs. I didn't know that at the time, but now I understand that. And so I was too scared to tell my dad because I didn't want my dad to tell my mom, and then all that happened. So I kind of hid it for a long time, and then in high school, or in middle school, some bullying happened, about my body image. So then I became insecure about that. And then in high school, I don't know what triggered it, but something happened, and then I got depression, and I hid it for a while. And then in college, I started cutting myself, self-harm, and then I starved myself, an eating disorder. So then finally my parents found out about it, and I was put on medication. And then I used to see a therapist, but then Jaycee brought me here. You guys knew about the cutting before I even told you about it. The scars were healed. Yeah, so in the moment we were talking about scars we wanted to be healed, or just anything we wanted to be healed. And I told Ellie, I was I just want scars to be healed. And she was emotionally or physically? And I was both. So she had no clue. So she prayed over me. Jenny and Tiffany were there holding my purple hair again. And then there were some fresh ones. And so when I remember I looked at them a couple seconds later, and I was well, that's weird. I told Ellie, and I was dude, I was you healed them. And she was what? And I told Jenny and Tiffany, and actually that night, not only did that happen, but I also spoke in my prayer language for the first time, which was really cool. But yeah, I got a tattoo where the scars were. It says forgiven, it's a cross. Ever since then, I talk about Jesus all the time. I even pray over people at work and stuff.
Before this, the first few times, I'm should I bring him up in a conversation? Now it's
yes.
Oh. Oh yeah, Jesus did this in my day today. He did this. It's just crazy. Everything he does is he's doing something for you. And it's just amazing.
Even our parents see it.
They're our parents have talked about it. They're we're glad that you can't stay away from there. You're at, they're okay, bye. See you when you get home.
Yeah. they're glad about it.
I just want to thank you guys for benefiting, like, and giving money, like, doing everything you can to keep this place running for people like me and my sister Sarah to keep on coming, like Monday nights, like where we have food, where like we can socialize with people that have the same interests as us, like in God and always wanting to thrive with Him.
Thank you guys for giving money to this like amazing like Crestview Manor. I can assure you without this place, I would probably be back in my dark place because I feel like this is like a second home. I stopped seeing my therapist because this is my therapy, this is my home, so this is definitely like a good place to put your money.